I have instructed to be disbursed this year. We recognize that the bottom-up economic transformation agenda will achieve its highest potential and lift up the highest number of people if we focus thoroughly on collaboration with county governments in order to empower them as the stewards of development at the grassroots, or at the bottom, as it were. I recognize the merit in demands for increased allocation of shareable revenue to counties. I also realize that even if devolution is, by law, a two-tier affair, it should, in practice, reach the lowest and smallest possible unit of political organization. Under the principle of subsidiarity, the ward must in time become a central driver of bottom-up economic transformation. I am also in support of taking devolution to its fullest extent. I thank the Council of Governors for the well-organized format of this conference, and I know the Chair has mentioned two other things apart from what I have mentioned: the issue of making county assemblies truly independent and financially so. I think that is an aspiration, and that is a concept that I share, and we will work with the necessary stakeholders and institutions to make sure that the Senate provides the framework for the independence of our county assemblies so that they can have their independent votes. I know a matter has been also raised about salaries and allowances. That is a very difficult one, I must admit, because the balance is between increasing the salaries of those of us who have jobs or creating opportunities for the 4 or 5 million who do not have a job. That is the conversation we must have. So it is quite a balance, you agree. So hapo iko kizungumkuti kidogo na tutaongea. What I want to promise you is that we are going to work with all the institutions, because I have requested SRC to give us a proper advisory on the matters of salaries and wages. It is a subject that, as a country, we must confront. We must know that from the president to the assistant at the office, we all work for the people of Kenya. We live in the same country. We take our kids to school. We provide for their upkeep, provide for their food. We pay the hospital bills, all of us. And therefore, pay must reflect the fact that we all serve the same people. And we have come to discover, for example, that there are people who have awarded themselves salaries. People in some parastatals, people in some other institutions who earn more than the president. And you ask yourself, what is this job this fellow is doing? That is so, so there is a conversation we are going to have. So I want to tell my county members of county assembly, that is a conversation we are going to have, and you are going to be treated the same way members of parliament who are serving in the legislature will be treated. I further commend the organizers of this meeting for clarity of purpose. with which they develop the headlines and the themes therein. It is time for us as a country to shift the gear into implementing devolution over the next decade. The authors and beneficiaries of devolution, who are also our sovereign employers, demand and deserve the highest possible value for their resources, which must be delivered without fail. It is therefore time to take measures to enhance efficiency and effectiveness and ensure that, with respect to every policy, program, and project, the highest standards are achieved consistently. Inevitably, this requires us to finally usher in the performance management for high quality and sustainable service delivery in our counties. We know from experience that a robust performance management framework has enabled us implement the Vision 2030 and achieve other ambitious targets with greater efficiency. We have a duty to deliver the same benefits in our counties. The next phase of implementing devolution also requires us to think long and hard about the most fundamental variable in all development agendas, that is resources. Over-dependence on allocations is beginning to unfairly constrict the frontiers of productive possibilities for the devolved units and severely limit their horizons of